Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Dose with your host, Nickihanna. As you can see today, I'm up in my boy drag for the week. Next week, I most likely will be up in drag, but this week I said I can't do it. But anyway, we have a very, very special guest in the house. We have a singer in the house. We have Balena Canto in the house. Yeah!
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so thrilled to be here.
How are you, honey?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing really good. How about you?
Can't complain. I'm always calling you. I always refer to you as Canto. Miss
I
Canto.
love it. I love it.
Alrighty. So you are our special guest today. I'm so happy that you're here, and let's just dive into it. Let's just dive
Oh,
into the
yes.
episode. So for a quick recap for those who have not yet watched Drag Race or who's like, I'm just gonna come to the weekly dose and just get my dose of what happened because I don't feel like watching 90 hours of RuPaul's Drag Race. So just to do a quick recap of what happened last week, the queens did an acting challenge. And they had to do parody movies of the Hallmark channel called the Ru Hallmark channel. And from that challenge, we seen that Simone won the episode, and that the bottom two queens was Kimora Hall and Denali. And they lip synced to 100% Pure Love, which I'm very familiar with, by Crystal Waters. And unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to our first queen of the season, Kimora Hall. We love you, Kimora, if you're ever going to watch this.
Like I was rooting for you.
We're all rooting for you. But let's get on to our current episode. So the girls, we start off with the episode with the girls coming right, fresh off the runway. Kimora just got sent home. Denali is explaining how bad of a feeling it is to be in the bottom two, which I can only imagine. But we first see a glimpse at the tension between Tamisha Iman and Candy Muse over, whose competition. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with her. I mean, it is rude to just be like my competition, Simone, and everybody is there. So it's just like a blatant shade to everyone else that like you just think that it's just Simone. Like, no, like I mean, yes, I will say this now, Simone better win overall. Just putting that out there now. But regardless, no, I agree with her. It was a little, you know, it was shady to just like say that in front of everybody. I agree with her a little bit. But also it's a TV show, it's a reality
Mhm.
show. So there's that.
I wasn't too upset with Candy at this particular moment. Um, I maybe the timing was off, but facts is fact. As of right now, Simone is technically a competition. She just won two challenges.
She is. Yes, that's
If
true.
I was Candy, I'm like, girl, I need you to go. The rest of y'all can stay for a little bit, but I need her to go now.
Yeah.
But you know, I like I said, if you we're not going to discuss Untucked here, but I'm telling you guys need to watch Untucked because this is a iconic Untucked. So, but more on that later. So we see them two go at it, and then we see the credits roll in and right. And so it's a new day at the workroom, and the girls have to do a mini challenge where they're acting like babies.
That was so weird.
It was so weird. I probably would have sat. I remember watching it last night. I'm like, I probably would have sat there and did nothing. I'm like, why? I would have told the producer like, why am I doing this?
That
Like,
was
no, I'm not gonna act like a baby on television. That is like,
it was very stupid. It wasn't even like stupid funny. It was just like what the hell is
stupid
going
creepy. It was stupid creepy to me. I was
Yeah,
like, this is like a bit.
yeah.
I was like, this is a bit much.
I wasn't into it. I felt like it was just like a throwaway and like I don't know, like I know you were in season 13, but you know, I hope you still have writers that can come up with good ideas. Like what?
Yeah, most definitely. So the winner of the mini challenge is Lala Ree, and we get into The ball challenge now, every season on Drag Race, there is a ball challenge ever since season 4. I've always loved the ball challenge. It's one of my favorite challenges of Drag Race in general. And so I'm just glad now that they're, instead of waiting, maybe let's say the top 7, top 6 to do a ball challenge, they doing it right after the first, usually the first girl go home, which is I'm feeling it. I'm all for it.
Totally.
So we have a ball. And so this ball is the bag ball. And the girls have to come up with 3 looks. The first look is mixed bag, which means they is a punny look where they have to have the word bag included in the description. The second category is money ball, money bag. I said money ball, money bag, where the girls have to come up with a boss bitch type of look. And then the last look is a high fashion look made entirely out of bags of their choice. Now, I never thought of a bag ball, but I hope whenever I get a chance to get on Drag Race, if I ever get on Drag Race,
Wow.
I need it to be a cosplay ball. That's
Ooh,
all I ask for when I get on.
that would be
But
fun.
yes, I think so too. But we have those 3 categories. Now, we later find out, Rue comes in, do her walk arounds. But we later find out that it's season 13 and we still have girls who do not know how to sew. We find out that Lala Reed, Simone, and Candy Muse do not know how to sew. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, as someone who doesn't sew, no, I if you're going to RuPaul's Drag Race, take a couple classes, figure it out. Like you should know by now that you're gonna get at least one sewing challenge. Like you should know how to do it. I don't know. I mean, at least the basics to get yourself by.
I definitely agree. You should at least know the basics. I will say this, it can be a struggle just to learn the basics. Even though I know how to sew, I know how to do the basics because I went to a sewing class in college.
Mhm.
But it can be very difficult if you have never sewn. I say just know how to sew fabric together. If you know how to sew fabric together, you'll be fine. The
Right.
fact that Lala Ree didn't know how to even bob a whining, I was like, well, Baba Bobbin, that's what it's called. Baba Bobbin. I was like, wow, girl.
I know.
Alrighty.
I mean,
So,
thank God some of the other girls were so willing to help them and like were being really nice.
so if this was a competition and you knew how to sew, would you have helped the other girls?
I would have helped them as far as it not impeding on me. Like I wouldn't go above and beyond, but I would probably help them as much as I could without it affecting my own work.
I would say I would not help them unless I know my outfit is done and where I want it to be.
I mean, I agree with that too. It's,
Mhm.
whatever your personal preference and what you can do. Yeah, it's a competition. Like
I'm
first,
like, hey, girl, you should have came here prepared.
yeah.
But we come into they always have that one segment of Drag Race where we get to know the queens a little bit more and a little bit about their backstory, and
Mhm.
I really enjoyed this episodes because the girls touched on the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, if anyone does not know, season 13 was most likely filmed during the summer of 2020, in the heat of the George Floyd, the Breonna Taylor cases, those type of cases was coming up more frequently, and people was protesting on the streets a lot more. Um, I just really admired the girls for just even speaking out on it.
I can't imagine how hard that was.
hmm And I think it's so important that we don't ever lose our fight as as queens. As queens, we have some sort of a platform. We don't have a huge platform for the most part, but we do have a platform, and we need to use that platform, very responsibly. Considering the many racial injustices that we see in today's world. So I was so glad that Drag Race touched upon that topic.
Yes,
So.
totally. That the moment with Lala Ree and her cry. Oh my gosh, that was hard to see, but I'm glad that that was there too, because that was
Mhm.
you know.
Yep. I just usually love it when, we get to see like a vulnerable raw side of drag queens. Because usually drag queens are like, woo, hip hip hippie and we're all shady. And so I just always enjoy those type of moments. All right, so let's get into the fashion.
Ah, so many.
Fashion. All right, we are on the main stage of RuPaul's Drag Race. And of course, we have the judges, and yet again, we have Nicole Byer on the judges panel.
I love Nicole, but I was confused why she was back so soon.
I was like, so I'm at this point, I just alternating the special judges,
Yeah,
which makes sense, kind of makes sense because it is a pandemic, and so I don't
right.
think
No, I
I
didn't
was
think.
going to remember it was at the heat of the pandemic, so I don't think I was going to bring in some A-list celebrity.
Mhm.
But anyway, I like Nicole Byer. I think she's
Okay.
very funny and
And she makes
whimsical.
podcasts. She has like 3 different podcasts, and they're all really hysterical.
I have never listened to a podcast from her. Maybe I will
Yeah,
one day.
there's a bunch of them. There's one about her dating life. There's one where her and another comedian, I forget her name, but they watched like a whole series that they've never watched before. Like the first season was all Star Wars, and then they did like Lord of the Rings, and they're both like they're not like really geeky or nerdy, so it's like funny to
Mhm.
hear their like perspective on it. But like she's just I just love her. But yeah, yeah.
Alrighty, so we are in. Like I said, we're on the main stage of Drag Race, and the first the first category we're introduced is the mixed bag look. Now, what were some of your standouts for this category?
Let me look.
Okay.
Let me think. Okay, so I I really liked I liked Candy's overall, and I'm really kind of annoyed that she wasn't one of the top ones. I just thought she was really consistent with like the slutty schoolgirl thingy. I thought that was like really cute overall. And also and like her first
Wait,
one.
wait, wait. The mixed bag look. That was her magician look.
Oh, right, right, right. Well, I like that too. I
Uh,
like that too. Right. It was the next two that were kind of the schoolgirl thingy.
mhm.
But no, I thought that was really cute, and I love the little tricks. And I thought it was really well tailored. Overall, I thought she definitely took their advice from last time, like make sure your undergarments aren't showing. So I really liked that one. I thought that was really cute. Um, what else did I like? I loved Mick and the body bag. I thought that was really neat with like the intestines hanging out. I know that's not for everybody, but I thought that was like I don't know. Like if it has a gimmick, I'm probably more into it personally.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some of the ones I can remember, I remember hopefully a lot from this episode, hopefully a lot from these looks. But I remember Denali did an airbag look, which I thought was very
That
smart
was
to
that was
do.
yeah, I
I
remember.
remember I actually really liked the Joey J's IV bag look, even though he did not get to joke with the poison ivy. I was like, wow, you should have just
Just
said, "Yeah."
agree and
I'm
move
like, yeah, girl.
sure.
Mm-hmm. Because I actually was thinking the same thing the judges were thinking. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, this is a pun. This is smart, and it just went over his head. But um, I'm trying to think. I actually did like Lala Ree's look. Hers was the bag of bones look. More so, I liked the bottom of the dress. I thought it was cute. I'm like, oh, that's smart. I didn't even think of doing um bag of bones. If I was to do this challenge, I probably would have went the doggy bag route that Utica went.
right.
Um, so yeah, and then who else was there? Um, yeah, we got Joey's. Tamisha was an old bag, which I did not understand. I'm like, girl, I need to see a old ass bag. What is an old bag? I was like, no, girl, no.
Yeah.
I
It,
yeah.
it's just I think it's just like a saying for somebody that's old. They're like, oh, you're an old bag. It's yeah, but it's
I wish somebody would have did a garbage bag or a recycle bag.
right. That would yeah. That's I wonder why they didn't do that.
I have no idea. And then who else we have? I'm trying to think. What did Rose do?
Rose. Oh, she was the bagpipes. She was the
Yes,
Scottish.
hers was really, really good. Hers was good. And I know Tina was like a brown paper bag, you know, drunk paper bag, which I thought was smart as well.
Right, right. I
But
thought I think Elliot was the weakest. That was boring.
what was
He
hers?
was the gift bag.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot all about that. It's fresh in my mind now, but yeah, that was a not
Yeah.
good. All right, now we have our next category. The next category is money bag, where the girls have to bring a boss bitch type of outfit. Who were some of your standouts?
I really liked Lala Ree
Yeah.
bald. I thought that was like really powerful, and I liked the suit that she was wearing for that as well. I was
Hmm.
really into that. Simone, I really loved that pink fabric. It was so shiny. I was just like staring at it the whole time. I haven't seen really like fabric like that, and I was really into it.
Really, I was like, what? I did not like it at all. I was like, I'm
Really?
not getting boss anything. I don't know if she over. I thought she overthought it,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not understanding
right,
this
right.
at all.
Um, what else was there? Oh, I liked Candy Muse with the hoe thing. I thought that was cute.
Yes, yes. I I personally would have went if I had to do a suit, or I mean like a boss bitch type of look. I would have kind of went the route Candy took, but I would have had that. Have you ever seen Doja Cat's rules video?
No, I haven't.
It's like she's sort of like a let me see, I have a picture of it because I want the outfit made for me.
Not what's this?
But let me see if I can find it because it is one of my favorite looks from her. Yep, here it is. All right, here y'all go. This is a look.
Oh, I love that.
Almost like a pimp type of, you know, boss mafia type of look. I would have went that route. But I did like Candy Muse's outfit. I loved it. La La Reeve. I'm trying to think who else I liked it. I Rosés. Oh, I love the Rosés. Now, mind you, I did not get the reference. I not big on movies before 1995, I would say, but I did love the polka dot outfit. I thought it was so tailored. I'm
Mhm.
trying to think who else. There was I think it was Tina Burner's look I liked as well. Who else? Got Mick had a gorgeous outfit as well too.
Right. What was it? It was the
Got
oh
Mick?
the striped suit. Yeah, I really liked that. Was that the one with all the sequins?
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful. I really enjoyed that, and I liked that it had like the bra out on the one side too. I thought that was kind of neat. Um, yeah, I was into that one. That was very shiny.
Yeah. And then we had our oh, but I did not like Utica look. Utica's
Oh,
money bag.
right. I wrote blah.
I did not like. I was like the concept. I thought it was smart to go with a 1920s flapper type of concept. But I was like, it wasn't drag enough. There was like scattered fringe. The jewelry, the huge ass jewelry was nice, but that was about it for me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
And then we have our last category, which is the girls have to make a entire look out of bags. It has to be high fashion. Who were your standouts?
Utica. Utica.
Yeah,
I thought I mean Utica um Gottmik both amazing, but I really think that Utica should have won only if only for the construction of that sleeping bag because that was incredible.
yeah.
Personally, that
I,
was
I felt like when it came to that category, Utica ate those girls up.
yeah.
But I wasn't feeling her other two categories as much. Like her other two looks wasn't as strong as her last look. Whereas though got Mick, her looks was like pretty much strong through each category.
Yeah, they were more cohesive, I guess,
Mhm.
in the end.
Yes, Utica construction, like even like she even is like she even put like some sort of shape in the sleeping bag. It was
Mhm.
just so good.
Yeah.
And then right behind, I like the got mixed too. To me, I'd have liked it more bags on the look, but hers was good too.
Mhm.
I loved it, roses. I loved it, rose. I know Philadelphia, the queens of Philadelphia, y'all are not here for rose. That is fine. I am a huge rose stan. She is doing it for me this season. I just know, I live for her. I live for her right now. And her look was so good. Oh my gosh, with the bags moving every time
Yeah,
she.
that was I enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. I
Only
agree.
thing I did not too much care for was the hair. I'm like,
I don't remember the hair. Let me see
th-
if I can.
I was like, if you look on Instagram, you'll see it. But I was like, the hair is not bad with the outfit, but I
Uh-huh.
do believe there could have been other hairstyles that probably would have worked it better for her outfit. But yes, I loved it. The shape of the bags, how the bags moved. It
That
was
was
very.
especially. Um,
Now, I'm probably gonna show you a picture. Let me see. Rose, stay.
okay. It's okay. I can look it up later. Don't worry about it. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I feel like that might have taken away a little bit from the like
Hmm.
hair should it's too big. It's like too much of a focus.
I was like, is it this is like Bride of Frankenstein? So I didn't
Yeah.
really get like, yeah. I had to find a way to include the pictures. You know how they're like, and this is how she looked, and they show like a picture of it. So, like on a, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I love that.
I'm still getting into this digital stuff.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yes, and then who else I like? I loved it. Okay, this was one of my top three favorite of the high fashion bag looks from the last category. It was definitely Utica, definitely Rose. Got Mick. If I had to switch out someone for Got Mick, 'cause I just wish Got Mick had a little bit more fabric to it.
Right.
I love the Olivia Lux's outfit, her bag,
That was
her last outfit. I wish
pretty.
I'm like just that outfit alone, that holographic was just so gorgeous and so put well together. She's not to be played with. Tina Burner's bag look. She also did an outfit out of a sleeping bag. And you really could not tell she made it out of a sleeping bag, but it was a little bit too plain for me.
Was it red and yellow again?
It was just red with yellow suspenders. I was like, this is just.
I know that's her thing, but I'm so over it already.
I'm like, show us some blue.
I know, like something else. Yeah, no, I agree. I was not. What did I write? I wrote red and yellow again.
What did you think of Lala Ree's look? Same expression. I had
I
to say.
can't believe. I can't believe. Like, I mean, she was like, "Oh, like, in the workroom, I realized I didn't have enough bags." So then you assume, okay, well, she's gonna do something else, and then she walks out, and it's literally just paper bags glued to a bodysuit, and you're like, "What?"
I I thought this was very lazy. I'm like, bitch, you should be in the bottom just based off of that. It's like, girl, you could have cut the bags in half. You could have made at least the top half just those type of bags, and then do the bottom some sort of different type of bag or whatever. I just felt like she was being very very lazy.
Do
Uh,
they do they read her in Untucked backstage?
Not really, no,
Okay.
girl. La La Ree was non-existent in that episode.
Okay.
Uh, but it was one of the worst looks I've ever seen on Drag Race. That's how bad I think it was.
The only
And
thing I can
then
think of is like she found out what the lip sync was and was like, ah, fuck it, I'll win that.
you tripping, man? How would you know? Now, bitch. Now you've been sick as shit if Denali
Right,
failed with you too. Now y'all both have to lip sync it out, and this time
right,
she's not in skates, honey.
right. That's true.
And we have Joey J's look. Right? What do you think of Joey J's look?
It was I
Oh, go ahead.
I wasn't impressed by it. Overall, I mean, I'm fine. Obviously, I'm fine with it. I mean, I love androgyny. Like I love that, that Joey J's, embraces their own hair and stuff. I think it's really cool. I don't know, just in general, I think the level of taste in fashion wasn't there overall. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I would say to me it wasn't a bad look.
no, it
What
was
threw me off was the hair. I would have ever wished she did not even have. I would have ever wished for this look she didn't wear no hair. She would have stuck to her what she usually do with the short boy type hair style she have. But the
gotcha.
long ponytail with this, I just like this is anger. I'm like, girl, this is not even a slick ponytail, bitch. I see her already with the you know, the teas and the baby hair, not the baby hairs, what you call it? The flyaways. I already see a bunch of flyaways. And then what about Tamisha Iman's look? I know we didn't really get into her. What about her look?
Uh, I I liked it from the top up, and then I got really busy with like these different patterns and fabrics and stuff.
I agree. I feel like this was just too much.
Yeah,
And she needed to edit it a lot. I wish actually she used a different type of bag and actually did a different type of silhouette because
yeah,
she is a seamstress.
yeah. I
So
didn't think it was flattering that way either. The cut. Yeah, I agree. I really agree with that.
we find out that we have six girls who are going to be critiqued. We have our bottom three girls, Lala Reed, Joey J, and Tamisha Aman, and then we have our top three girls, which are Rose, Utica, and Got Mick. Um, so they all get their critiques, and we find out that Got Mick wins. Do you agree with the judges?
Um, no, because I, I mean, it was close. No, it was close. I think it comes down to maybe your own personal tastes. And Gottmik, I think overall it was the most cohesive. Regardless, though, I do think that Utica should have won. Only if not only for that amazing sleeping bag look, because I think that will probably go down as one of the best looks in all of the series. It was really cool. Um, and I guess another thing that was going against Utica was the that she was using like a lot of like especially in the first and second look she was like doing all this like random campy shit that had nothing to
Mhm.
do with the fashion and that was like overshadowing it, so maybe that was one of the things that was going against her, and I do agree with that. I mean, obviously I enjoy being comedic and campy, but it's a fashion challenge, and I think that it did, her just like, oh, it like took away from the actual, looks that are being judged.
I just think that is her personality. Some people, that's just who they is. I thought that was just who Utica is. So, but I actually agree with the judges. I think Gottmik should have won.
Mhm.
If not her, I would have liked Rose to win. I just really hated Utica's second look. I just hated it. But I agreed with the top three and the bottom three. I
Yeah.
agreed but we find out that our bottom two are Joey J and Lala Reed. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I should have. I think.
You
Uh,
think you should have been there instead?
who?
Oh wait, bottom three or bottom two?
Bottom two. The bottom two is Lala Reed and Joey J. I know.
You think it should have been Tamisha instead of
I love Tamisha, and I want Tamisha to go further
me too?
than Lala Reed and Joey J. However, I thought it should have been a bottom three. Like they all three should have lip synced because I wasn't. I was kind of disappointed. I was disappointed a lot in Tamisha, especially since she's a seamstress, in all three of her looks for the most part.
Mhm.
Joey's J fashion choices is not. Not. I don't think it was like main stage drag race ready. However, if I had to pick between if I would wear Joey J outfits or Tamisha's, I would probably wear Joey J outfits.
Mhm.
So in a sense, I kind of think Tamisha should have been in the bottom two. Glad she's not. But if I had to be very unbiased, I would have said Tamisha and La Ree.
Mhm. And I was 'cause I was watching Donex's viewing party last night, and something that I think Donex and maybe someone they were talking about was could because Tamisha comes from the old school drag, it's not as it's more pedestrian. That's what the word they use, pedestrian. It's
Mhm.
not as polished as what the trends are now, and I think that might have been part of it. Uh,
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's not polished. I think her drag is polished. I think it's very pedestrian, and she is a female impersonator. Which to me personally, that's fine, but I do think there's a difference between a female impersonation and drag, even just with the makeup. Cause I can do female impersonation if I want to, but some nights, like depending on what when prior to COVID, prior to what my number called for, sometimes I would just give like a a female impersonation is type of look. And then sometimes I just did most times I just did drag makeup. But I think that yeah, I agree. Her yeah. All right, so bottom two is Lala Ree and Joey J. And the lip sync song is Iggy Azalea's Fancy. I'm so glad they did that. No, no. I'm so glad that it happened on Drag Race, so therefore it won't happen again. I think it's one of those songs where I would not perform. I wouldn't perform Fancy,
mhm.
but it was definitely a popular song in 2014, but just not now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they did it because it's like fashion.
Yeah, I just didn't like the
Probably
song choice.
correlation. I don't know. Fancy fashion, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a little random.
But I thought the lip sync was good though. I just didn't like the song choice. Um,
Yeah, yeah, totally.
so let's be honest. Is not without a doubt that Lala Ree is the winner of the lip sync. She ate that lip sync. I think Joey J was trying to help hold her own. However, this this comes in handy when you are a big girl, a big tall girl.
Mm,
Lala Ree is over 6 feet.
right.
So her stage presence, she, I understand because I'm pretty dominant with my stage presence as well. Like when I'm there.
Right.
I knew Lala Ree was there. She turned it out.
Oh yeah.
So
Your eyes just went to her
went
automatic.
to her.
And when
But
she
I would say there was something I did not like that I noticed Lala Ree was doing. And I'm not when I first started drag, I was okay with, but as you know, I'm doing drag more and more. I'm not a fan of queens doing this, even in the local setting. Is
Mhm.
when I'm performing, do not get in front, do not purposely keep getting in front of me. Like it's one thing if you're getting in front of me unconsciously, you're just performing, you're blacking out, whatever performing.
Right.
But if I feel like you're intentionally getting in front of me, I don't like that. I know Queens is like, yeah, you gotta make sure you're seen, but like, don't do it where I'm noticed. Like, don't do it as where the viewer or somebody in the audience where I can tell that you're doing this on purpose.
Right. I
Um,
get that. It's
mhm.
obnoxious.
I mean, uh, you definitely can do it, and queens do it, and it's smart. But I feel as though queens shouldn't need to do that if you're that talented.
Mhm.
But I feel like she didn't need to. Lala Ree did not need to do all of that. She was that good.
Once
So
she like picked up the dollar, I was like,
yes, that's how she said.
we're done.
But we find out that Lala Ree wins the lip sync, and Joey J is our second girl to go home. Are you surprised that Joey J is out this early? Yeah. Mm-mm.
No.
So, if you had to say right now, who would be your top four at the moment?
Simone, Olivia Lux, got Mick, uh, Utica.
I agree, and I disagree. I I definitely agree. I Olivia Lex. I want Olivia Lex in the top four.
I love
Um,
her so much. I
uh,
love her.
yes, Olivia Lux, Rose.
I'm
Uh,
not. I'm sorry. I'm not a rose stan.
I know Philadelphia. I know Philly and Philly. Y'all watching this? I know y'all don't like her. I'm probably like the only
What's
bitch
with the
that likes
brows?
Rose.
I want to know what's with the brows.
I don't know why y'all don't like her. I live for Rose. I don't know. Maybe because I didn't really too much care for Jan last season, and y'all love the Jan. I ain't even too much care for her. I live for Rose. Olivia Lux, Rose. Um, Tina Burner. I just feel like she is kind of like the whole package. I went, yeah, Tina Burner. And if I had to pick someone else, it would be between Simone. No, not Simone. Everybody on Simone dick, and I just like I don't know. She all right.
Really?
She all
That
right.
first lip sync. Oh, it
I
was so good.
I would say Tamisha Iman. I would like to see Tamisha Iman up there. Do I think she's going to be up there? I don't think so. But those
Yeah.
are my top four at the moment.
Mhm.
So I'm very excited for next week's episode because it's all about disco, one of my favorite eras of music.
Yes.
So I can't wait for next week. But we are down to 11 girls now.
Mm.
And so that really is about it for our weekly dose this week. Come back next week where I will have a very special guest, or it might just be me. I don't know, but we'll see about next week. But I want to take time to thank my special guest today, Balena Canto, for coming
Thank
and sitting
you.
with me.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a blast.
Yeah, this is always a blast, especially since COVID is still strong and we are not in person doing shows no more.
Yeah.
Yes. All
Love you.
right. Well, until next time. Bye.
Goodbye.